I guess I've always just like since I've been a little girl like loved Barbies and dressing up, and when I was in like middle school and stuff I started doing like sewing lessons, and like during high school I was like really into art and sewing, and then I just kind of figured I'll just go with it. My mom always said like, you know, you can do anything you want as long as you work hard. So this year I'm doing, it's inspired by Givenchy and his silhouettes from the 1950s and 60s. And then I'm blending it with Chinese designs and roping techniques. And a lot of my colors are, well, they're basically all white and a light turquoise. And so I've just used kind of the patterns that I've looked through at books and stuff like that to create my designs this year. So I'm like a big fan of Audrey Hepburn, and if you look at a lot of her videos, well, movies that she's in, you'll see that it says in the credits, it says like Mrs. Hepburn's clothing made by Mr. Givenchy. And so like, you know, all of her clothing in like Charade and like Funny Face and Serena, they're all made by Givenchy, and so I've always like loved them and been inspired by them. And the silhouettes during that time are very Asian inspired. And so my mom's from Cape Cod, and so like I'm around a lot of like sailors, like that kind of like nautical inspiration sort of things. So I've always been inspired by rope and knotting and stuff like that. And when I started researching it, I realized a lot of the roping like techniques and kind of patterns were actually Chinese. And so then I kind of started to go in depth with that and kind of realized the Asian inspiration in both of my like things I was thinking about for my line this year, and then it kind of just morphed into what it is now. I think it's just like about taking time and really figuring out who you are, and like I think as I've grown I've become more serious and really want to figure out exactly why I want to do each piece and like why I want this design on it rather than like in this color and stuff like that. So I have this piece, we have a new laser cutter downstairs, and I'm doing this Chinese traditional like design, and I kind of made it my own on Illustrator. And then I made it into a pattern for the laser cutter, and so it's like a tank top that has the laser cut like design out, and then it has organza underneath, and then it has an organza like see-through strip in the back, and then I'm making, it's like a full kind of a little above the knee, it's chiffon box pleated with organza. It's like big puffy skirt. So it's like all white and just simple and beautiful. Okay, well for a girl, every girl should have a summer dress. I'm obviously I'm wearing a dress, but I'm big on dresses. And for a boy, everyone should have a nice pair of Sperry's. Honestly, I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for that day to come and just to go on the runway and for the end of it. Just because it's all like a build up and stress and everything, and I'm ready for like the fast forward button.